The United States will provide Ukraine with the weapons it needs to fight Russia. U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said on Sunday that the United States is committed to providing Ukraine with the weapons it needs to defend itself against Russia. "We're going to get Ukraine the weapons it needs to beat back the Russians, to stop them from taking more cities and towns where they commit these crimes," Sullivan said on ABC News this week. Biden's administration, according to Sullivan, plans to increase the number of weapons it sends to Ukraine in order to deter Russian advances and attacks on civilians, both of which Washington regards as war crimes. Ukraine and the West have accused Russia of war crimes, but Moscow denies this. Later, on Meet the Press with NBC News, as well as coordinating the delivery of weapons from many other countries, the United States is working around the clock to deliver our own guns. Sullivan said, "Weapons arrive every day, including today." Since Russia invaded Ukraine on February 24, the United States has given Ukraine $1.7 billion in military aid, according to the White House. As well as ammunition and body armor, weapons shipments have included Stinger anti-aircraft and Javelin anti-tank missiles. Volodymyr Zelensky, Ukraine's president, has pressed Washington and Europe to provide more powerful weapons and equipment for the country's eastern region, where the Russian military is expected to step up its efforts. Zelensky expressed skepticism that the United States would be able to supply the weapons he claims are necessary in an interview with CBS News' 60 Minutes that will air later on Sunday. Russia's incursion into Ukraine and whether or not it can be repelled, it all depends on how quickly the United States comes to our aid. "It's really up to us to see if we can make it through this or not," Zelensky made the comment. "I have complete faith in our people and our armed forces, but I'm not so sure we'll get everything we need," he said. In a missile strike on Kramatorsk, a city in the Donetsk region of Ukraine, more than 50 people were killed, according to Ukrainian authorities. A quarter of the country's 44 million residents have been forced to flee their homes, and cities have been reduced to rubble. Thousands have been killed or injured. For years, Moscow has insisted that its special operation to demilitarize and denazify its southern neighbor did not target civilians. This has been dismissed as a bogus pretext for war by Ukraine and the West. Alexander Dvornikov, a Russian general with extensive military experience in Syria, was named Saturday as the new commander of Russian forces in Ukraine. So, according to Sullivan, he expects Dvornikov to approve even more brutality toward Ukrainian civilians in light of this context. Liz Cheney, Republican congresswoman from Wyoming, on CNN's State of the Nation with this in mind, he urged the administration of Vice President Joe Biden to provide Ukraine with both offensive and defensive weapons like tanks and planes. "Given the incredible battle they've put up, I think we need to do everything Zelensky says he needs at this point," she said. American support for sending more weapons to Ukraine was revealed in a CBS News poll released on Sunday. Most respondents to a poll conducted last week in the wake of Russian atrocities against civilians say that more weapons should be sent, while 78% support economic sanctions against Russia.